All right, and here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. All right. Hey there! Hi there, it's me, Lori Sue. I hope you're having a great day. Mr. Rufio's here with me, and we've been just hiking around today and watching the sunrise and stopping to say hello and read a little bit more about what Richard Paul Evans wrote in The Four Doors. And we've already talked about the first door, which is believing there's a reason you're here, believing in a purpose or a mission. And now we're on the second door. So what do you think? What do you think? We're going to find out here. We're going to find out a lot. And this is a big one. You have to go through, you actually go through these four doors in your life and you make choices along the way. I think we have to keep going through some of these doors, or maybe we stay in a specific location without moving through the doors if we're not careful. If we don't, I know that working with kids, a lot of times I hear them say they don't have a choice. And we know that's not true, and I think they will learn that. I'm hoping that I will be able to teach them and help them become more aware so that they can make really good choices and be their best selves too. That's my favorite thing to do, is to work with them on that. So the second door is about your limitations, and it's freeing yourself from all limitation. Isn't that real freedom when we have no limits on ourselves? So it may seem overly simplistic to say it, but to achieve our life mission, we must be free to achieve it. The definition of freedom is a slippery thing. Too often we speak of freedom as an absolute rather than in terms of measured degrees of personal liberty. I like that, personal liberty. For instance, we claim to have freedom of speech, but that does not grant us the freedom to say whatever we want without reproach. Good point, huh? Or punishment even, for that matter. So it doesn't mean we can say whatever we want without reproach or punishment. This is a good thing. Absolute freedom from one would result in limited freedom for another, right? What we should hope for, and to a large extent currently enjoy, is freedom as an ability to pursue happiness within reasonable and ethical bounds. As such, and that's not religion, that's not religious bounds, ethics is completely different. And if you come to our mastermind Monday through Friday in the morning, we do read Ethics by Emerson, which is really cool because a lot of people go, I don't even know what ethics is. And a lot of people want to connect it with religion, and it really isn't. It's, so we enjoy freedom, and the freedom as an ability to pursue happiness within reasonable and ethical bounds. As such, the greatest impediment to most of our personal freedom is not created by government regulation, but resides within our own minds, right? It's in our heads, between this little space right here that we're creating, our thoughts. And remember, our mind and our brain are separate. Our brain just processes what we're saying. So if we're using our mind to say the wrong stuff, we need to get rid of it, right? Cut that out. Cut that out. As such, the greatest impediment is in our own heads. It is my experience that the most insidious of limitations are psychological in nature. Three of the most common of these psychological cages. That's what he calls them, psychological cages. Some people say box, think outside the box, but he calls them cages, are paradigm, victimhood, and fear. And we're going to talk a little bit about each of these as we get involved, and I look forward to talking to you again. First one we'll probably talk about is that cage of paradigm. And there's a story about cages too, about that bear. You've probably heard it, where they fed the bear in this one location constantly, and they kept moving the cage, making it bigger and bigger, but the bear didn't move past the point where they had him on a chain for a while, and where they put his food, and you wouldn't go past that. So we're the same way. We can get really locked in and set in this groove. Matter of fact, it's looping PTS. A lot of the emotional PTSD and other PTSDs that are out there are just that. It's like a groove in the brain that we can't get over. That perfecting the survival. It's like a skill that we're perfecting. And anyway, so we're going to get more into that. I believe in you. Realize that there are no limitations. Wayne Dyer says that. There's no limits. And as soon as we recognize that and start to push those, or just get rid of them altogether, we're going to feel way better. We're going to start to move forward in a better way and be our best selves. So with that, my friend, I believe in you. And get out there and make it a great day. Know that I'm here for you. You can come to see me at majesticu.com, and I'll look forward to seeing you there. Talk to you again soon.